Hi, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Sorry, I didn't actually know I was streaming it. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Sorry, I didn't actually know I really didn't know I was up yet. So, oh god, my cheeks are bright red. So yeah, sorry to anyone just joining us right now. Yeah, I kind of messed up before in trying to get this live stream up. I was doing it with another one beforehand, but I kind of hit the wrong button, and it was already recording by then. Oh god, my cheeks are bright red now. Is the audio doing okay? I hope for anyone just tuning in. Let me try. I really hope it's always got to be something with me. First it was the audio, then after realizing it was in the corner. Let's see. And yeah, I think everything's okay now. I don't know why it's not appearing yet, but I'm sure I'll fix that when it comes. So yeah, welcome back to this. Yeah, I'm really sorry to anyone. So, yeah. Thank you. Well, anyways, back to Heart and Soul. After making you guys wait, I'm just gonna get into it. You know what we're here for, Eros and Psyche. Let's get into it. Oh, come on! Go back! Let's see. Thank God. No! Okay, one of these days people are just going to say... Yes. Okay. Alright, so to make things short, we need to get all these up to at least we need to get these 5 up to 100 in order to make things in order to be able to survive Aphrodite's task later. So yeah, attend to the fields, maybe explore the forest, prepare an offering. Yeah, that should be good. I'm gonna do that for this week. The forest is particularly... Oh, I guess it's new. For all the time I have spent in this estate, I am not entirely comfortable with its grounds. The forest in particular is massive, and though there have been several instances where I plan to explore it in its entirety, I keep getting distracted by one thing or another. This time I will explore the whole thing for sure. The previous day I made sure nothing would get in my way. I even informed my husband, who seemed amused, but agreed that I should familiarize myself with the area. I think backed on his words. Do not exert yourself, my love, and call for an attendant if you ever might need help. I will. Try not to get lost. Thinking about his caution makes me, embarrassingly, laugh so little. I'm not a child. But his advice is not baseless. The garden itself is vast with 100-year-old trees. Yeah, thank you. I'm still a little embarrassed that this is starting off because people's time is valuable and I don't want to be ungrateful for that. It seems to go entirely around the castle and stretches further towards the mountains behind the property. Oh, sorry everybody. And even stretches further towards the mountains behind the property. Oh, by the way, it's my sister's birthday today. So if people in the comments, so I really want to wish her a happy birthday. And if any, I love you, little sis, and I'm so glad that you're 18 years old now. I love how compassionate, brave, and strong you are, and you've always faced such difficulties in this world. I have loved your strength, your courage, and your power. I hope you always remember to believe in yourself and believe in this, and know that I love you, and I love everything you do. You're my special little sister, and I'm so proud of the smart, brave, and kind-hearted person you are. I love you. Yeah. So yeah, it's my baby sister's birthday today, and I just want to send out that message to her. Which is exactly where I am heading today. The unseen servants have done an amazing job of keeping this path immaculate, and thank you. I hope she's watching now. This is go back. The unseen servants have done an amazing job keeping this path immaculate, paved in stone and lined with blooming shrubs. It feels as if I've wandered into a living poem. This is so beautiful. Trees grow thicker the further I go, ancient and endlessly green. Bird songs echo through the leaves, sparkling sunlight filters through the thick canopy above. I reach out my hand, brushing against the fragrant flowers and smooth, cool leaves, and let nature's sound wash over me. I close my eyes, reveling in the gentle freedom of it, and the wave of simple content. Huh? What was that noise? Curious, I venture forward towards the creaking and snapping of the twigs. Perhaps my husband has come to surprise me again? Oh! A beautiful stag, coat glossy and hushes, is strong, is grazing in a clearing. His antlers are brightly glowing, like they are made of starlight. Odd, I can only stare as this elegant creature moves around. So beautiful. So entranced, I accidentally break a twig under my step. The stag ears flicker. His majestic head lifts wet. His large, wet eyes are looking at me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. With a stop stamp of his hooves, the stag turns and flocks off into the trees. Before I could even think to follow, the stag disappears like dew in the morning sun. I hurry over to where I last saw him, but there is no trace of that creature. Not even his footprints are left behind. Yeah, stag. How strange. Did I say stag? After a long walk, I settle down on a log and pray to the goddess of wild animals, thanking her for keeping watch over all the wonderful creatures who reside here. I spot a beehive and I can only hope to make something in. I like to show the gods how much I respect to them. What should I... Let's see... save the mind. I share one of them even hops into my hands. What more should I do? Let's see... One of the places I visited is a field lying just 15 minutes from the garden. It nestles quietly among the mountains, so I do sometimes come here to assist with the cultivation of grapes and wheat. I fear I do not contribute much. I wish there was more I could do. With a way of dismissal, the servants I am sure followed me everywhere. I give them an order. I would like to walk by myself now. You are dismissed. As you wish. Of course, there is no way for me to know whether my unseen attendants are gone or not. I just have to have faith in them. Like everything here at the estate, the field is tidy, gorgeous in its simplistic way. The earth is rich and fertile, even to my untrained eyes. Most importantly, there is a small shrine nestled in the far corner. This shrine is to Demeter? Like the field, her shrine is clean, though it is barren. The emptiness of it saddens me, as it is not befitting of a goddess of her stature in the slightest. Perhaps... Turning to Demeter's statue, I bow my head. Goddess of harvest, I am but a simple girl, alone and away from my home. I have very little knowledge of how to cultivate a field of growing crops. I just wish to be able to create something with my own hands. I will work on this field often, and my harvest will go to a bountiful Demeter. And yeah, the stag actually is not a normal creature, but it's too early in the game for me to talk about it more. But it is definitely a creature of Artemis. Please grant this humble girl your smallest blessing so I may bring your golden grains to this land. After some time spent in prayer, I return home with a renewed vigor. There is much to be done. As I work to pray, it feels I pray fervently to the goddess of the harvest to watch over our crop. I'd like to do more. Let's see. Right now, Hades. Parents instruct me in the various stages of growth. I tried watching. Let's see. Let's visit the livestock. Let's roam the estate. We're getting a little too far. And pray. Roam the estate for now, and maybe a stroll through the garden. Prepare the offering. That looks good. Today I tried to interpret. It's not the same. My fatigue is now the strongest it has ever been. Yeah, Artemis. Is the audio doing okay? My fatigue is not as strong as it has ever been. Every night it is a struggle to stay awake until my husband returns home, but I try to force myself to regardless. I'm unwilling to give up the only opportunity I have to connect with another being. When he arrives and enters our bed, I happily fall against his chest as he pulls me into an all-enveloping embrace. Being held by him like this is like being basked in the sun. It feels like the hearth of on a cold winter night. It feels like home. I nestle my face where his shoulder and neck meet, inhaling the familiar scent. Is it doing okay now? I nestle my face where his shoulder and neck meet, inhaling the familiar scent of cinnamon and high wind. As glad as I am to see him, my thoughts drift as he regales me the tales of his day. What is on your mind tonight, darling? You seem distracted. I laugh, amused by my husband's ability to glean so much about me while I learn so frustratingly little about him. How can you tell me such a thing in complete darkness? My sight is not dependent on my ears, sweet Psyche. You are usually more responsive and enthusiastic. Seeing a rare opportunity to tease him, I seize it. Not always. It happens quite frequently that your attentions bring me to the point of exhaustion. But so far that is not the case tonight yet. Perhaps I should remedy this. I should appear I am a novice. I am playing against a master of flirtation. Sorry, Psyche. No, please, some of us are only mortal. All right, I shall have pity on my poor, fragile wife then. Thank you for tonight. He gives me a gentle squeeze before pressing his lips to my right ear, brushing kisses alongside it in between words. No more jest. Tell me what's on your mind, my love. See. This is something I'm actually curious about, but I think I might go back. Perhaps my question catches him by surprise as my husband pulls away. I can practically feel his stare boring into me despite the darkness. Why would you want to know such a thing? Just feel curious. Is it wrong to ask? You are so talented in that manner of activity. How did you learn? I suppose the same way you did, my love. Practice. But who accompanied you? Have you been married before? No. My jaw drops in surprise. I've heard of such things taking place outside of marriage before, but only in, rumors and whispers. Every woman is happy to be with me, though, and I live with them. Every woman? How many were there? The still silence serves as my answer. Husband? Sorry, I was considering a question. I do not know how many, my love. There have been quite a few. Too many to count? The idea swirls in my head, unable to take root. How is that possible? Did you like being with them better than me? No, sweet Psyche, not one of them. Come here. I oblige, laying my head down on my husband's smooth, muscled chest. One hand wraps around my still thin frame to secure me. The other begins to stroke my hair. I can honestly say you are the first and only woman I have ever loved. What I felt for the woman in the past is not the same. Lust on its own will never be able to compete with love, not even in physical pleasure. Somewhat reassured, I let out a deep breath. I had yet to realize I was holding. Thank you for comforting me, my sweet husband. I did not realize how distressing the idea of you with other women, even in the past, would be. Do not think of it then, my darling. His fingers fluttered across my stomach, the bottom of which is only starting to bulge. You have much happier things to contemplate. I smile, appreciating the man I spent 9 nights with, joyfully anticipating the child I soon share my days with. My life at present is such a stark contrast to where it was just months ago. Something which pleases me greatly. The days of being alone are truly numbered, and my husband is the one to thank. Husband? Yes, Psyche? I've always thought of my beauty as a curse, the cause of my unending loneliness. But if it led you to me, then it must be a gift. Oh. With that newfound appreciation of my appearance, I drift peacefully to sleep in my husband's arms. That was actually a really sweet conversation, and people shouldn't be afraid to ask about their partner's past lovers. It's good to just get everything out in the open, I think. I would like to do more to you. What do I have to offer? I consider who to give to. Confident, please don't. I'm impressed. I roam the wheat fields surrounding the estate. I talk with the servants at the cost of growing wheat and labor required for the care of the crop. For that, I take a handful of grains with me. I hope to use the leaf to make an offering to the gods. The servants attempt to teach me the names to try my best. Let's see. Oh, we're getting pretty good with zoos. We still need to let's tend the field some more. We'll visit the livestock and explore the forest. Delicate blooms are scattered amongst greenery, their colors bright like jewels. I cup my hands around the velvety pebbles of a poppy, idly reminiscing about something I read long ago. The last blooms of summer are the most brilliant of all, for Demeter wishes to remind Persephone how bright and lovely the surface world could be. But autumn comes, and the queen of the underworld shall go, for her heart lies with one whose riches are in the earth itself. The Lady Kore, whose marriage was strange and full of unknown terrors, yet became the most successful among the gods, for her husband treasures her above all the jewels and dominion he possesses. My lip twists, tired and full of grief. Will my story end like yours, Lady of the Underworld? Will I one day stand side by side with the one I love and respecting without fear? Or will I forever be looking back to what I once had, doomed to mourn my fate alone? No answer comes to me, only the gentle wind that sways the power in my grasp, red petals where I cannot follow. My eyes fog over. I bow my head to the last blooms of the summer. O Queen of the Dead, I am but a mortal girl, frail and lost. My riches are not mine, nor is my fate. All I may offer is my devotion and desperation. Please, Lady of the Underworld, please watch over me. The servants attempt to teach me. It is another quiet night, just like any other night, with my husband's gentle hands on my hair, brushing out the tangles of the day when our bedchamber doors open suddenly. My husband's arms automatically fall around me as he addresses what must be an unseen servant. You know you are not supposed to disturb us. What is it? Forgive me, my lord, but the king has arrived. His hold tightens around me, amidst my alarm and confusion. The king? Which king? What would they be doing here so late at night? Did he say what he wants? No, my lord, but he insists upon your presence. I see. Psyche, stay here. I will be back shortly. All right. He brushes past me, quickly heading toward outside. After a pause, which I assume is about me, the invisible servant closes the doors behind him. Throughout my entire stay here so far, nothing like this has ever happened. Every night after I retire to our bedchambers, the servants would blow out all the lights and leave us to be for that entire night. There has never been a single knock on the door after my husband's return every day. Never a request to pull him away from me. And now a king? I wonder what urgent business this must be. I think you mean Demeter, and I think so, and it's possible. I wonder what this is. This would be the more, but this is a fun off. Such a strange incident. My husband never leaves my side after nightfall. This person, this king, is he a harbinger of omens? Will he be causing trouble for us and for my husband? He left in such a rush. I cannot deny that my curiosity is roaring. With one last moment of hesitation, I clicked towards the door, carefully opening it just a tiny bit. There was no resistance, and only silence followed. Which means that the servants are not around, or they just choose not to say anything. The downside of having invisible servants is that you can never tell where they are. Heart thumping in my chest, I quickly step out, quietly closing the door behind me. The well-lit area unnerves me a little, as I can easily He easily spotted, making step after shaky step towards the main room. My best guess for my husband is uninvited guest would be. But you have never refused my request before. I know, but I feel differently now. Please try to understand. My husband is upsetting a king and I do not know why. What could he ask for? I do not. That makes no sense. It is too sudden. I have never known you your whole life. I have known you your whole life and you have never treated me this way. I hear my husband let out a long sigh. Perhaps so, but you are fully capable of doing such deeds without my help, my king. Is Demir is the goddess of the harvest. Her older sister Hestia is the goddess of the first. This is honestly a very interesting part. The Mystery King's voice is sharp and deep like the crackling of lightning. One that I've never heard before, but cannot help but feel somewhat familiar. However, there is nowhere to hide, no place to take cover down this hallway. If I move any closer, it is likely that I will be seen. With any luck, they might be too distracted by their conversation to notice me move in. And let's just continue listening. No maiden or nymph will turn you down of knowing your identity. You'd be surprised. Regardless, Your Excellency, I do not think this would be wise. It's creepier because Zeus is his grandfather. And this makes this whole thing hilarious. Regardless, Your Excellency, Her Majesty would be severely displeased. Is this king asking my husband to help him woo another woman? A shudder runs down my spine. This is the type of thing my husband was willing to help with before? She would be more lenient if she knows I'm under the influence of your powers. Powers? What could that mean? I am sorry, my king. I am no longer willing to interfere in a marriage in such a way. If this is all you would like to discuss, I would respectfully request you to go home to your wife, Your Excellency. We both have duties to attend to early in the morning. Has she come to visit you lately? Was my wife who put you up to it? It's unlike you, my son. You are always up for some lighthearted fun. I do like how they show that, yeah, Eros was not exactly a great person before this. There is another long, sad exhale from my husband. No, I have not spoken to her. I just have a new perspective on marriage. I see these matters in a more serious light. I hear the king mutter some complaints before the sound of the door open and shutting brings my attention. I should retract, lest my husband catch me out of bed. Shaking my head, I retrace my steps to our room. By the time my husband returns, I have dozed off a little. The sound of the door opening and closing startles me awake. What? Husband? Shh. Go back to sleep. I'm back. He lies down next to me, pulling me into his arms. I stifle a yawn against his chest. Is everything alright? Yeah, have no fear. It's nothing of importance. But Psyche, if the servants warn you of any unexpected visitors in the future, please, come stay in this room as quickly as you can and do not come out for any reason. Alright. I snuggle further into his warmth and let sleep overtake me. Yeah, we're gonna just have to roll in states. Ever since I discovered Demir's shrine, I traveled the field with increased energy and passion. It has been difficult at first, working the soil itself more and more, getting my hands dirty. The worried servants have insisted multiple times that they would plow the field for me and grow whatever I wished, but I turned them down every time. There is a gentle satisfaction blooming my chest as the once empty fields slowly fills up with green, fragile sprouts. I often have my meals brought here, and I make regular offerings to Demir's shrine as part of my routine. Today, when a sudden shower darkens the sky, I run to find solace under her roof. It reminds me of my younger days with my mother. When I followed her around into her garden, we would watch the spring rains under her favorite pavilion. My mother loves the rain, Lady Demeter. She loves how green her plants are after a shower, how brightly her flowers would bloom. I wonder if she still is taking care of her garden now, if she ever thinks of me as she does. Sharply, I am reminded of a similar story to ours, the story of the goddess Demeter and her daughter Flora. Yeah, it is, but it's a symbol of Artemis. I wonder if she had felt the same when her beloved. I really do like how they take this more nuanced perspective with Demeter, since I really don't like how they always portray her as a smothering hag when her brother stole her daughter. That's gotta hurt. I wonder if she had felt the same, just like me. I miss my family, Lady Demeter. I miss my mother. I wish I could tell her that I'm safe. I have all that I wanted for her. I wish I could tell her not to grieve, not to worry. That for as long as I live, I will find a way to see her again. My sweet mother. I cry with rain, letting out my sorrow, fear, and certainty into the open field beyond. Thunder rolls in the distance after lightning crawled across the sky like searing scars. I can feel it in my chest falling as I try to let go of the weight I've been carrying. I no longer care who my husband is or what he looks like. I just want to tell my family, my mother, that I am alive. I cry until my tears run dry and my body aches. I cry until the rain passes and the sun is shining once more. Jaded, I look upon the field. Droplets have gathered on the healthy leaves, glistening like jewels into the light. The earth is darkened, healthy and carrying a seeming deep scent. The wind blows back my hair, swirling inside the alcove to meet your shrine. After the storm, I'll begin anew. Your separation is not forever. But the voice is long gone, carried away in the breeze. As I work the fields, I pray fervently to using the... I try to interpret it up. Well, we're doing pretty good with Artemis and Demeter, so... this is really high, though. Let's do one prepare an offering, and we'll keep it, and that should be it. And that should be okay. I share bits of my lunch with some birds. Turn to the vineyard. Ooh, that's getting high. Well, if we get one more visit from arrows, I'm sure it will be okay. Prepare the offerings to next. Yes, at once. Is there anything else you require? Nothing else for now. Thank you. Has the commission for the bases arrived? They are scheduled to arrive tomorrow. That is good. Thank you. These days a buzz. The Olympic Games are approaching. Of course, there are many reasons why I cannot attend, but it is customary to pay tributes in respect to Zeus, the king of the gods, regardless. And that is exactly what we are doing. My husband said he would not personally attend the Olympics, but he would, like many others, come to Zeus' temple for his offerings. He generously offered to bring along any gifts for me as well, a privilege I would never refuse. As tradition dictates, we will have a small ceremony at the stay at dawn right after my husband parts. This is not a simple ritual, considering it will take place at the biggest festival in all the lands, when to honor the king of Olympus himself. The celebrations are all grand. Well, yes, that is very true. I don't think she was heartless either. I mean, if your brother stole away your daughter, and it stole away your daughter to be his bride after without telling you or her, but only going to your brother, who is also her father. Great miss. And yeah, it's cool that they included this part. The women's offerings on the day of the games have always been abundant. The songs and our young men have always had the entire castle land sing an elated flow. The women's offerings on the days of the games have always been abundant. The songs and stories spill and long into the night. Our celebrations here at the castle will be a lot quieter, but I'm determined to keep in the air of festivities. After all, they're not people here. The servants might be invisible, but they are also present, and I see no reason not to include them in the festivities. Aw, that's actually sweet. The preparations keep my mind and body occupied all day, and I'm exhausted by the time night falls, and so my spirits are high. You seem very excited for the festival. I am. It's certainly less than lately. I'm sorry. What for? Oh, do not worry, dear husband. I am not distressed to spend the day alone. Seeing that, he seems unconvinced. I lay down next to him and hold his hand over my heart. Back home, whenever festivals arrive, not just the Olympic Games, that was quite the ordeal. Everyone would be moving. There is so much preparation and excitement in the air. Everyone's looking forward to the events. There would be talks about activities, sometimes even rehearsals for celebratory performances. Everyone has their tasks. The halls would be filled with all kinds of grand sounds. As for me, there would be no rush to make any appearance. There would be no speech to make, no guests to entertain. Psyche, his hands tighten around mine. He understands. I know it sounds selfish to me, but I should be a bit more appreciative of everything my looks granted me. But the brief anonymity felt right. People should be directing their attention and respect towards the gods, not me. The Olympics is the best of all, even though I've only experienced it once after my coming of age. All the men would be gone, some on a pilgrimage, some on their way to offer their respect, most to participate in the competitions, and they would be gone for the entirety of the festival. The buzz of the festival would go well into the night, and afterwards it was just me, my mother, and my sister sitting together in our own private hall. And of course this festival is to honor the gods, and to celebrate the strength he blesses us with. But I am also thankful for the festivals for him, for varying own reasons. A gentle arm slides over my shoulder, folding me into my husband's embrace, and places a soft kiss upon my brows. Then I shall do my utmost to respect the best to make this a festival for you to remember. You already have, my beloved. I appreciate everything. Despite the circumstances, I have not felt it so at peace since I was a child. The servants have been nothing but helpful and kind. The estate is not only magnificent, but also accommodating. But you have been most exceptional. My joy is all thanks to you, my beloved. His arms tighten around me. A soft fond chuckle breathes into my hair. I feel like I should be the one to thank you instead. You have breathed new light into my life like nothing else has. Thank you for making this place a home, for being someone I can return to. I'm glad. I love you very much. I love you too, my Psyche. I fall asleep, snuggling against him, feeling at peace in his arms. I pray feeling to the goddess of beauty, hoping she will forgive my slight against her. Her room that we fill as I talk to the servants. I pester the servants at their duties. It's not the same. What do I have to offer? Stay with you. After long walks, thanking her quality. Fuck, and we're only on week 8. Tend to the vineyard, protect the gardens, tend to the fields. Prepare an offering. We're already on. I'll just have to be more careful with the coming things. I'm overjoyed to see them. To my insistence, my husband's efforts has brought me my sisters again. I'm overjoyed to see them a second time and to inquire as to how mother and father took the news I am well and with child. Serena, Amara, it's so wonderful to see you again. That should have a /HJ tag. It's been so long, Psyche. Somehow you are even more radiant when we last saw you. Psyche, it's so good to see you. We need not to worry too much about you this time. It's so nice to see you thriving in such a magnificent place. Shall we have lunch in the gardens? The weather is so lovely. It would be a waste to sit inside. Ah, yes, we were so enthralled by seeing your estate for the first time. We did not get the chance to fully experience all the things it has to offer. We were so distracted by the trinkets you threw at us at visit that we did not even consider all the other wonders this house could hold. Yes, well, I'm sure there will be plenty of time for you to look around today. Now, let's eat together. Since they have been served by the attendants before, my sisters are a bit less startled, but they still stare, speechless at the spread. Lunch is a colorful feast of tomato fritters. Wait, how do you guys have tomatoes? I mean, okay. I see. I mean, those are in the New World and you're an ancient Greece. Great leaves, dolmades, grilled venison with feta, and honey pastries for dessert. This is certainly something you do not see anywhere else. They are a bit strange, but kind and very helpful. Yes, speaking of unseen presences, when can we meet your husband? Oh, I did not realize you would want to meet him. Well, you spoke so much about his virtue lately. Looks like time we have been very curious about him. Well, he's always busy during the day. Anytime he returns, you would have gone home already. He must be rather important then if he is so busy. What exactly does your husband do? Yes. He comes to visit as much as he can. It's always being a Sunday wonder with him. I can get lonely at times, but he really leaves my side when he's here and tells me the most interesting stories. Truly are most fortunate among us. Even your husband's better than ours in every way, from what little we've heard about him anyways. How so, sister? Your matches were approved by our mother and father. Have they turned out to be less than you hoped for? Less than we hoped for is putting it lightly, sweet, naive, Psyche. Well, yeah, that is true. I'm still surprised she knows what it is, though. Yes, mine is even older than our father, bald and weak with very little desire towards me. Mine has severe arthritis to the point where he can barely be intimate. I spend more time acting as his nurse than his wife. I didn't know your marriages were in such a state. Why did you not bring these issues up to mother and father before? They are both convinced that you have very successful matches. How could we, Psyche? Telling them will only worry them. It's not like they could possibly call it a match. What, huh? Now that we have been married off for so long, especially when they have their own lands and duties to worry about. Suddenly causing a mass hysteria over our daughter's marriage would be a terrible ordeal after all. Yeah, I guess that is pretty sad, and it is sad how a lot of young girls are married off to much older people. Yes, I'm sorry that you suffered so. It's alright, Psyche, it's not your fault that our matches are what they are. Yes, brother, why not tell us more about your mysterious husband? Exactly, Psyche, you skim on details, you say to your sister. Having their attention, I would rather not speak about the most. I just my hands together awkwardly. Well, there's not much to say. Truly, he is always kind and loving. We're quite compatible. How lucky. Indeed, still, that isn't much modest information about such a good man. Come on, continue on from what you were telling us last bit about his... Yes, what color? Blue. Alright, that was it. I believe you also said he was a brunette. No, his hair is blonde. Let's see, what did she say? No, his hair is not brown. Other than that, he is quite fit. His hair is soft and curls around my fingers when I run my hands through it. His arms are strong and steady when he holds me, and he always tells me tales of the land he's traveled to. I fold my hands together in my lap, embarrassed. My sisters exchange a look. Oh my, you really have landed yourself a good match indeed. Rich, important, and handsome by the sounds of it. As always, Psyche is the most fortunate among all of us. I gotta say, I think. Yes, indeed. My husband really is a good man. Fearful that the current conversation topic would lead to me revealing something I should not, I hesitate to shock my beloved sisters. Oh, would you like to go inside and explore the storerooms? I know you expressed interest when you first arrived. Mara and Serena exchanged glances. Are we only allowed to look, or... Oh no, you can take whatever you like. Have the treasures from your last visit helped your living situations? Yes, but the money runs out so quickly. My husband is absolutely atrocious with it. I thought you said he owned quite a bit of land. How could he be how could such a man be terrible with his wealth? I actually like how she is kind of naive in this story. He may not be too fortunate to realize it, but most men have countless failings, little Psyche. He has others who manage his possessions. Oh, I apologize. But please ignore my silliness and find some things that take your fancy. They will not be missed, I'm sure. They promise to fade to their misfortune, bring smiles to my sisters' faces. They rush into the estate and down the hallway, looking to explore the storerooms yet unseen. But at a second time, my sisters assist them in front of the gate with their haul of precious goods. I wave farewell to my sisters and steal in my garden. When my husband returns later, his big pipe and I tell him about my day. He repeats this morning, I promise to only invite my sisters if I feel an absolute need to. It takes some coaxing and sweet reassurance of my love to calm his nerves that we are able to end the day on a good note. Oh god, this how it go down. The week of preparations quickly passes by. Days before the festival takes place, the servants set out to pick fruits from the castle's gardens. I helped them out sort the pieces of offerings. You did not need to help us with any of this, especially in your current condition. Do not worry, there is nothing straining. No, all of you are extremely reliable, but I hardly stood still when all these activities are going on. Well, if you're sure. I am. Will you be enjoying the festival too? Us? We often do not. The master is never home during the festivals, and we are not exactly, well... Seeing that they have a difficulty answering my question, I take pity and smile. This year will be different, I would say. But I like how compassionate she is to the servants, even though she can't physically see them. I have never celebrated a festival without my family, and though my husband must attend to the festivities in Olympus, I would appreciate the company, and he would be willing to provide it. There is silence among my peers, unable to see their reactions. I keep my face neutral, waiting passionately, hoping they would give in to my suggestion. Well, if you so will it, we shall celebrate with you. Though we are not certain there is much we can entertain you with other than our usual routines. Would you like us to prepare a performance for you? Excellent. But no, I will not require any performance after the rituals. Perhaps we may sit down and talk for a while? Despite everything, I can tell the servants are surprised by my request. A conversation. Indeed, I have stayed here for quite a long time, though you have all provided flawless service. I fear I have not taken the time to get to know you very well. We shall entertain you with our tales then. Thank you! Do you have everything for your journey to visit Zeus? Everything is here. Thank you for preparing all this. Of course. You did not have to prepare so much, though. I am still going to return to you each night. Oh, I did not realize that was your plan. All that travel seems taxing. Let's just be honest. If it's not too taxing for you, I would be happy to have you home. Then it shall be. He places a gentle kiss upon my brows. I know logically it would be better if you stayed on Olympus, but I actually knew the second part about them being a poisonous, thought to be poisonous thanks to their relation, but that's actually a pretty good idea. I'll look into that once I get a chance. Now shall I remind you of one of the many reasons I look forward to coming back each night? Oh, please do. Sitting in the room I share with my husband, I pray to the goddess of marriage to oversee our union. Psyche, my love, wake up. It's frightening to wake up unable to see anything, but the gentle touches of my husband, so warm and different from the servants, as well as the smooth sound of his voice, calms me instantly. I feel a bit nervous when we leave our bedroom and start the day. After all, I'm not used to us spending time together during the daytime, nor am I comfortable moving around blind. I want everything to go well, and for him to be happy here with me. How do you usually spend your days, dearest? Well, I like to go to the garden, to tend the flowers there, or spend time in the fields and pasture. I sometimes enjoy reading in the library, but such a thing would clearly not be possible today. He chuckles, guiding me toward the corridor. How about I read for you? Oh, sure, that sounds nice. We recline together on a chaise as he— Oh, what the hell? We recline together as he what the heck? Sorry, sometimes the bad language can slip out when I get shocked. He artfully invokes emotions with each line, making me a giggle, gasp, and even tear up. Occasionally his hand would come and run through my hair. He would lead with his lips against my shoulder and my neck. His strong legs braced around my hips, keeping me encased in his embrace. Aw, that's sweet. There is not much in this world that can feel better than this, safer than this. Time passes by too fast in his presence, and he leads me back to our room at the end of the day. I feel more than hear his question, rumbling in his chest and against my side. Have you enjoyed your day, dear Psyche? I smile, nestling into his shoulder. I have. It's been wonderful. Thank you for making time for me. I will be sure to do it again soon. That would be lovely. I look forward to it. As I'm finishing dinner, dining alone as usual, I feel a noticeable shift in the air. A visitor approaches. We will not be able to stop him from coming in. Another surprise guest? It's been mere weeks since the mystery king came. Who could it be this time? Panic. Let's retreat to the bedroom. The servants are there. Oh, that's cool. I actually didn't know that, so thank you. My husband's words echo in my mind from the last time this happened, asking me to stay in our bedroom and wait for him to come home. I decide to obey and make my way to our room. I get into bed and pull the covers up, grateful for how dark we keep our room. The visitor arrives, though I can hear a man's voice all the way from here. I cannot make out the words. I am sure the servants will keep him occupied until my husband gets home. Feeling secured in my bed, I soon drift off to sleep. Psyche? My husband's hand is on my shoulder, gently stirring from my slumber. What is it, my love? I was sleeping. I wanted to thank you. Thank me? What for? For coming straight here, as I asked you to, the servants told me. Oh, of course, it's the least I can do. Who was here? What did they want? My husband exhaled sharply. It was the same person who came last time, and they wanted the same thing. This time, I was much more firm in my refusal. They will not ask again. Will you face consequences for your harshness? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that actually is a good point. And I actually like that developers added that. He just chuckles and climbs into bed next to me. Though the man who visited me here is very powerful, I am too. We have mutual respect for each other, and I have a bit of fear as well. He will not push me, not if he does not have to, or would not have others on his side. Sounds like a dangerous game to play. It is, though it's all I've ever known. I actually like how he kind of does hint at the bad relationship he has with his family, and how they do kind of use each other in many ways. My husband presses a line of kisses on my shoulders, moving up to my neck. So you can actually really do get why he loves Psyche, since she's just someone who is there and worries about other people. So long as he does not discover you, there's nothing he could blackmail me with, and nothing that would persuade people to side with him. We're safe. I breathe a sigh of relief that I stay hidden, relaxing my body so I can fully enjoy the intention that my beloved husband needs to show me. I share bits of my... Oh, we finally made... Okay, so we're gonna tend to the fields non-stop. Maybe we're gonna explore the forest. And maybe stroll through the gardens, prepare an offering. Because, yeah, we definitely need that. And prepare another offering. Into the vineyard. As I work through, I pray fervently to the goddess of harvest. Hopefully this will... So yeah, we're gonna just slowly build up Hades for right now. We're at 42 with Persephone, so oh, we managed to get some with Hestia, that's good. Roam the estate. Yeah, that looks good. A strange encounter stays in my mind. I have visited the forest path several more times. I have not come across the stag since. The unseen attendants were all confused when I brought it up to them, saying that there are no such creatures on the property's premises. The unknown only drives my curiosity further, and I have spent some time in the library to research what that creature could possibly be. It cannot be, but only that explanation makes sense. Armed with tentative knowledge, I concoct a plan. With a bundle of offerings in my arms, I carefully make my way back to the clearing. It is empty, just like the times I have checked before, but this time I am not surprised or disappointed. Laying down the freshly cleaned hide, I fervently place down each item I brought with me. Arrows, bows, cakes cut into crescent moons, a silver pitcher of wine, and a vibrant arrangement of amaranth that I kept myself. With the preparations done, I kneel and clasp my hands before me. O goddess of the hunt, I thank you for gracing me with your sacred beast presence. It was the sight of one of the most fortunate of mortals conceived, and I am grateful for this blessing from the bottom of my heart. The humble mortal has nothing to rename, far away from home and awaiting his certain fate. I have prepared these humble offerings by myself to thank you for keeping my spark of curiosity alive, for allowing me a vision of your exquisiteness. Blessed be to the goddess. I bow low, keeping my forehead aimed pressed to the ground before me. Gentle hoof steps approach. My heart picks up its pace, but I do not dare lift my head. A soft breeze brushes over me, carrying the scent of cypress. Yeah, I don't think he's one of the gods you can get a favor from, but maybe she can get some favors with Zeus. I know Athena has some strong. In tinkling laughter of dancing strings, I keep my head lowered until the steps fade into the air until the forest falls into silence once more, and smile upon seeing my offerings now gone, relieved in the unexpected but pleasant visit of Artemis. Today my husband has something unusual special prepared for our day together. He is secretive and teasing about what he has planned, leading me with his gentle hands to the estates on quarters. What is it that you want to show me? Patience, sweet Psyche. We're nearly there. So many secrets, my husband. Ah, but this one is a very lovely surprise. I giggled, excited by his tone. The sound of large doors opened for me. Carefully, he leads me inside, step by step. I stay quiet, curious until my nose picks up the scents. Are we having lunch early? He chuckles, helping me sit down. In a sense. He fusses around me for a bit before settling down next to me. We're going to be playing a bit of a game. Oh, and what will that entail? I had the servant prepare any array of dishes I come across during my travels. We shall see if you can discern the ingredients. A taste test? Yep. You do not like the idea? I thought you might enjoy such a thing now that your nausea is ceasing your appetite. The hesitation in his voice makes me chuckle. I do like it. I cannot wait to taste what you have prepared for me. I cannot say I excel with my taste buds, however, it is an exciting and intimate experience. He carefully feeds me morsels of food. Some of them taste a bit strange. Some of them are in familiar sizes, but all are gentle to the tongue. Is that yogurt? Correct. Can you taste anything else? I can taste a touch of mint. Excellent. You are very good at this, my love. I giggle, blushing at his fingers dabbing softly at the corners of my mouth. A lovely surprise indeed. Oh, good. Thank God that went down. Let's see. We have some wine. Okay, I think we just need to get one more, and we'll tend to the field. Just tend to the fields this time, and just go for it, and just try to finish off the year. It'll work. Let's get this to Zeus. My fuck. The end of the summer is cooling the wind, yellowing trees and an endless field of heavy golden wheats. I cup a heavy bloom in my hands. Still in belief that yes, it is I who has cultivated such beauty. Standing here among swaying stalks, hanging the fruit of my labor, an indiscernible sense of peace wells up within me. I did this. I have achieved this. By the grace of Lady Demeter, I alone, mean girl, have done this. As promised, I seek the heaviest, lowest hanging wheat I could find and reap them. Carefully, I place a bundle upon Demeter's offering altar, kneeling with my hands clasped. Lady Demeter, it is a harvest day today. By your blessings, our once empty fields are now bountiful and abundant. The earth is carpeted with a golden wheat, and the wind carries the scent of its nectar. Thank you, she of the grain. Thank you for allowing me this privilege and granting us favor into your fields. Please continue to guide us as we harvest our crop and prepare the fields for future success. Outside, the wind rustles the grains as if it's singing its approval. Okay, I guess we finally got to... Okay, so we really need to... So for this, I'm going to just... Let's see, prepare an offering to... Let's pray to the gods, and we're going to prepare an offering to roam the estate these 2 days, and... Okay, 1 day. And prepare an offering to that day. That should be good. Good. Tonight my husband is disturbed by a knock on the door. He lets out a long sigh and a servant comes in. A moment later he pokes his head out for a brief moment. There is some business I need to take care of. Go to sleep but first, if you are tired. Alright. As I watch the door close behind him, questions start bubbling up. What are the chances we have the same visitor 3 times in a row? Left alone in our vast bedchamber I adore. Do I want to find out what business is? Well, it definitely makes for a far more interesting story. Not being able to contain my curiosity, I quietly get out of bed. There seems to be no servant outside, as no one stops me. I slip out easily, feeling both excited and guilty for abusing his trust. My bare feet make a sound as I make my way down the hall. The main area is dark, razors and torches freshly put out, but I can just make out the shapes of 2 people inside. One the strong back of my husband, the other a tall but feminine shadow. The woman is pacing back and forth. Woman's filled with rage, yet still retains an ethereal grace I can never hope to replicate. And I will not tolerate that. Peace, mother. Mother? Did he just call her mother? I was promised, my son. I was promised that someone would find that wretched woman and bring her to me. Oh, well, this is one way to meet your mother-in-law. Hopefully it doesn't go any farther. But so far, all of that seems to be but empty words. I even went as far as to offer 7 kisses as a reward for her capture. Despite all these assurances and boasting all these men and so-called gods that would find her and claim as my prize, None have anything to show for it. It has been months. Is he referring to me? I desperately convinced myself this could not be the case. Aphrodite is not the one looking for me, not this woman, not my husband's own mother. Okay, honey, Psyche, at this point you are being deliberately not trying to find out who your husband is. I really do believe that. Such a situation would be unbelievable. I doubt even my own husband would risk the wrath of such a powerful goddess for a mortal such as I. Mother, I believe they all have your best interest at heart. My sweet boy, you always think the best of everyone. I don't. But I fear it must be matters taken to my own hands, as always. Will you not try a little harder for me, my dearest? I know you have been on my side the whole time, but I need more from you, and if your efforts prove to be fruitless, if your efforts are to prove fruitful, my husband shifts. Somehow, even in the dim light of me, I can feel the discomfort rolling off him in waves. I fly out every morning and only return home at dusk. If I find anything of the woman on my trips, you shall be the first I inform. I know I can always count on you. But it is late. I should take my leave so you can make preparations for your travel. Thank you, Mother. Seeing the conversation is coming to an end, I quietly retrace my steps and return to our shared chambers. This time, my husband does not take long to re-enter, slipping into my bed beside me. A heavy sigh escapes me as he carefully puts an arm around me. Is everything alright? I suppose it is. Nothing to concern yourself. It is only family issues. I see. Do we want to... I want to ask about his family, but... I think for this, let's go... What's your family like? He hums, placing our families together. My mother is adventurous. Through her marriage and relations, I have many siblings, half-siblings. Not all of us get along. Some of them are far too aggressive for my taste. This is actually where he gets into his siblings. I see. Quite the unusual family. I wonder if any of them would take a liking to me. I only have 2 sisters, yet sometimes they can be too much. I cannot imagine how hectic it would be to have so many siblings. It is natural that you cannot get along with all of them. Indeed. But I suppose out of all my family, I am closest to my mother. She is passionate, for lack of better words. However, she can be very demanding and can hold quite a grudge. Would she be offended by us? There is a small pause, and he presses a gentle kiss at the back of my head. I will not say that she would not be angry over our marriage, but as quick as her anger may come, it too shall soon pass. We do not hide our union for various reasons. It is only to keep you safe. Have faith, sweet Psyche. The day we may both walk in the light will soon be upon us. I think there's actually one where he goes more into his family, so I think I'll go back. So, I rub his arm soothingly, rubbing small circles into his warm skin. Family is always complicated. He also has a small laugh. They can be, yeah. I do feel mine is more complicated than most, though. It makes me thankful for this. For you. Isn't that so? Perhaps when you feel up for it, you could show me some gratitude. Oh yeah, no. She is a hero who has outweighed the greatest of all the great heroines. A savior. She dealt with her boy mom, mother-in-law, and survived. She has a strength unknown to a man. A small silence fills the room. What was wrong? Is that the wrong thing to say? All at once he pulls himself on top of me. I'm ready. I let out a laugh of my own. Already? You're irresistible, my love. I did not know about that. Allow me to show it to you then. I surrender myself to my husband's affections, loving every bit of it. I do my best to make him feel equally special. But I fear I'm not matched. Please be enough. Let's see, oh, thank God. Now we're gonna try focusing on these two. Garden. Oh, God, we gotta get that down. It's not even week 23 yet. Yeah, tend to the vineyard, and this is a livestock. Yeah, this should be good for this weekend. The servants check. Dating. Let's just go with my thoughts and prayers right now. Is that going down? Would it be better just to have my sisters come over? I don't want to risk anything yet. Shoot. Yeah, let's just do this for right now. Let's just have my sisters come over for right now, just so we can have get that loneliness meter down for a while. This time, my sisters are no longer faced by the unseen servants, or even made amends to suit their taste. Satisfied that my sisters seemed to be blending in well with my current home, I asked the servants to hold a concert for us. Amazing what magic can do. Agreed. Makes me wish that we could borrow some of those servants. They belong to the state, I believe. They only leave to take care of the supplies. What a shame. Amidst the soft music, we idly chat. It seems mother and father have been quite reassured by my sisters having been informed that I am alive and well. Though I would have liked to see them myself, I do think my mother would fare well traveling. I do not think my mother would have fared well traveling here the way my sisters have. I'm worried about my sisters, however. It seems that neither of them are happy in their marriages. The husband sound neglectful and overall awful. Normally they would not complain before a mother and father, out of fear they might cause political conflict. Yeah, I think there is one more. Yeah, true. I mean, that's all too horrible to think. The situations only make me more grateful for my arrangement with my husband. I feel guilty thinking that way, especially when they curiously keep trying to pry information about my husband. What is that old saying again? Living vicariously through others? I'm just saying, Psyche, your husband sounds absolutely fascinating. Yes, a rare example for a man. Yes, I suppose he is. I feel very fortunate with him. Who are some of your husband's acquaintances? I was wondering if our two spouses have any mutual friends. I mean, it may be unlikely, seeing as my husband is a king. He's a successful my husband has a vast network of connections to span countrywide and beyond. But who are his most prominent officials? What are their names? Oh, I cannot really say. I'm not familiar with them. Yet he is very kind and humble. He has not boasted of knowing anyone too special. I've not thought much about who his social circle might include. You mean you are not aware of anyone significant in his life? It's never come up in our conversations? But your husband must be as kind and trustworthy as you say then. You've barely given this thought, let alone introduced any of his friends. Well, we do get along quite well. Most of our time is spent together. But you have met his family. What are they like? Well, we have met, but do not get along. Understatement of the century. Like, there's the statement, and then there's hell. There is a Earth core statement. They do not seem to care for me much. I have only come to see my husband. They have only come to see me and my husband a couple of times. Really, it is so rare to hear someone who do not have wrapped around your little finger. I agree, it is quite interesting. I wonder what kind of people they are in order not to take a liking to you. I'm not sure. My descriptions would do them justice. They're, unique people for sure. Unique's one word for it. Before long, to my relief, the conversation topic switches from my husband to money. It seems Amara's husband wants to expand his castle walls, while a few of Serena's husband's biggest tenants were unable to pay their debts this month. I assure them they are more than welcome to help themselves to any of our golden trinkets. They seem eager to accept this offer. I wonder if their spoils will be enough to finally turn their lives around this time. As I bid my Psyche, I'm pretty sure they're taking advantage of you. Genuinely, I am. As I bid my sisters goodbye this afternoon, a foreboding feeling settles into the pit of my stomach. Each time they visit, it becomes harder and harder to see them. I fear that it is only a matter of time before I betray my husband's trust and spill all my secrets. My hope lies within the child within me. Happiness is in my grasp. It's just a matter of time. All I need to do is stay patient and protect what I have. Once this child is born, the threat looming over me will be gone. To the life my baby and I shall go. Let's see. Let's get Mercedes. There's a toy. Takes by the forest, the gardens. Another surprise visit comes too soon after the last filling weeks in between. I wish we could just be left alone every arrival of an uninvited guest makes my heart race. My husband seems to be prepared to handle this situation, quickly standing up as the servant knocks. Another late-night visitor? So it seems. Stay put, dear Psyche. I shall resolve this as soon as possible. But as we know, where are you shopping? Against my better judgment, I wait for a beat before following my husband out. The hall is cold and echoing with a rising and familiar voice. Melodic as it is, the person, a woman, is clearly agitated. What are you doing? My lady, please calm. Calm? You do not have the right to say that to me. My deepest apologies, Your Majesty. Someone pissed off Granny. Majesty? My hand flies to my mouth. Is this the wife of the king who visited earlier? Is she looking for her husband? Carefully, I step a little closer to the doorway, but not daring to peer into the room. A long silence follows. I know he came here some time ago. I know he only comes here when he needs a special kind of favor. The kind that allows him to commit debauchery. Oh no. Yep, it's Sarah, and she's pissed. My heart goes out for her. I do not know what I do in her position. I am also anxious to hear what my husband will say to this tormented queen. My lady, I can assure you that I offered his majesty no such favor. Even when he asked you to? Yes, your majesty. Regardless of my position, love is sacred to me. You know this. I feel more strongly about this than I have ever had before. I no longer will aid someone trying to trample over his spouse's love. When the queen speaks next, she sounds calmer, yet sadder somehow. I have spoken too hastily. Anger has clouded my judgment. You know, honestly, on the subject of Hera, she actually, in this myth, she's actually genuinely very kind to Psyche and tries to help her out when she's after Eros abandons her. So it's nice to see that included. You didn't know mine, my lady. I understand. Sometimes I wonder if you truly are your mother's son, even when I know better than anyone else. Thank you for not indulging here. There's no need. Another long silence follows. I make to leave, but the queen speaks once more. Since you are indirectly doing me a service, I shall do one for you too. I know you are married. She knows about me? Does she mean to reveal my presence here? Your Majesty, No need. I shall not expose you to the others. But you must know you are treading a fine line. I understand. The situation will not last long. I swear to you. My Psyche has endured much, and the fault that condemned her was not hers to begin with. She was wrongly accused and suffered much since. I do not mean to disrespect or deceive Olympus, but unless I can be sure that she will not be harmed, I cannot risk revealing her to anyone. I am ready to accept any punishment for myself. My heart lives at hearing the lengths my husband would go for my happiness. If only every husband cared about their wife as much as you do. That's actually a really sad thing to hear from the goddess of marriage. Very well. I shall keep your secret. 1,000 gratitudes, my queen. Now go back to your beloved. The night is cold. You should not leave her waiting. Cannot help the smile blooming on my face. I quickly and quietly retreat to our chambers. Curling under the blanket back in our bedroom, warmth blooms in my chest. More than ever, my love for him blossoms. I hold on to him a little tighter through the night, pressuring the gift of my spouse. Hey, you go down! Finally, we can offer a distant. Confident? Waiting for my husband's return has long become part of my routine. He has been so endlessly patient with me over the past month, and so impossibly kind. This certainly brought us close from the need to ease my loneliness and his urge to please me. A smile spreads across my face, and when I hear him enter our room, Home at last. How are you, my love? My husband makes his way over to me, resting in our bed and climbs in himself. Better, now that you're here. He presses a kiss to my lips, sweet and gentle like nectar. I regret I cannot spend more time with you, though I am looking forward to coming home and seeing you always. How's your day been? I finished cataloging a third storeroom recently, as you know. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that to me. I decided to spend some time in the library today. Some sections were not properly arranged, it seems. Ah, I see. That must be the pieces of work that I collected recently. The library used to be more meticulous, but I have neglected it lately. Why is that? Do you not enjoy spending time here anymore? Yeah, but honestly, to some level I can get it, but honestly, it is sweet that she is willing to protect Psyche in this case. Or it's just to make Aphrodite angry. Either way, it's funny. Either way, it is a nice pet the dog moment for Hera. Reaching for my hair and twirling it between his fingers. No, I would much rather spend my time with you. I would much rather spend my free time with you instead. Oh! Does that surprise you that I would want to spend every free moment with my beautiful wife? No, I suppose not. Maybe you would rather I be in the library instead. I could always leave. He starts to sit up. Alarmed, I throw my arms around him. I want you here, with me, all the time you have to spare. I want it! That was actually really cute. Yeah, both is very possible. My husband tips my chin upwards with his finger and kisses me deeply. But I'm gonna be honest, knowing that Ares is canonically his father in this, what we just had is a grandfather coming to his grandson asking him to do a masala so he can cheat on his wife. Ah, Zeus. Just, and that meme about along came Zeus is never going to stop. How on she's like, always. No? Oh my god! Is that all it takes to get Hades on your side? I thought it would be at 100. Okay, I'm going to focus completely and utterly on Persephone now. Like, there is going to be nothing. And if I have some time, I'm going to start trying to appeal to my mother-in-law. Yeah. But, I mean, I like how it doesn't really ignore the fact that Eros in the Greek mythology is seen as a madness. Love itself is seen as it can destroy nations. Just look at Troy. Coming soon to another, soon when we do more stuff on Aphrodite. Amidst the pleasant floral aroma and gentle breeze, I pray to the goddess of spring to thank you for all the beauty her domain brings us. I assist them. I hope it pleases her. The trees will turn into rich colors of gold and red along with all the other telltale signs. The wind will grow colder, carrying a chill that not even Helios' chariot can banish. Demeter's grief will soon be upon the mortal world, while Persephone will rejoice in her beloved's arms. I had instructed the servants to plant some autumn crocus under our pomegranate tree when the time comes. Yeah. I have cultivated and tended to the patch myself until periwinkle buds unfold. I kneel before the flowers and spreading out a square of fabric I spun upon myself. Upon the deep red cloth, a loaf of bread and a basket of beans and a jar of milk, wine and honeys will replace. A humble offering, far from the riches of this castle, far from the luxuries I know that are not truly mine. O Lady of the Underworld, another year is passing us by, cycling through the seasons. Upon the time of autumn to your throne and to your beloved you shall go, to a place filled with grief, but never yours. A shadow falls upon my features. My lady, I dare not ask for the riches of your kingdom, nor do I ask for your blessing. For any blessing, the mortal girl only wishes for one to hear her voice, for my sorrow and loneliness to end. I know I must carry penance for my offense to the gods. I know I am already lucky to have escaped such a doom, even if this is only a temporary relief. But please, goddess, I do not know how long I can withstand loving a husband whom I do not know. I trust him, but part of me doubts, part of me fears, and for that I am even more guilty. Lady of the Underworld, please tell me, please guide me. Again, no answer comes to me. The wind is sharp and cold, rustling through my hair, and up into the open sky. I miss. Right now, I dedicate my own. I hope it pleases her. Huh. Okay, so let's try. For right now, we're gonna keep it going. I guess we can adhere. Let's roam to keep this loneliness. But for right now, I think that should be enough for today's episode. So, a lot happened. We got visited by a lot happened. Psyche got visited by her in-laws. She's winning the affection of the gods. And we've managed to get Zeus, Artemis, Demeter, Dionysus, and Hades and Persephone's blessings. So, for right now, we're going to continue trying to appeal to them in the next episode tomorrow. But I really am grateful to everybody who checked in, and honestly, happy birthday to my little sister if she's watching, or if she'll watch in the future. But yeah, crazy things happen, and honestly, a nice pet the dog moment from Hera. See you next time on this video, and goodbye. Sorry about all the messing.